Hi there everyone. In this video I'm going to show you how to make this granny square hat. It is incredibly easy. There's nothing difficult to it at all. As you see, the top has got a different color square, and all that you do is you're going to make 4 motifs, 4 squares and 1 square for the top, so that's 5 squares all in all, and you just sewed them together. So you sew them together and that's it. There's nothing to it. So I love it. You can use different colors if you want to do it in black and white. You know, I just love my colors, so I always end up doing lots of different colors. But don't ever let my colors distract you. If you like browns and that kind of a thing, just do it in your colors. It will also look really great. So yeah, let me show you how to do it. So this is what the square looks like, and we are going to be making 5 of these. 4 of them will be going around as the band for your head, and then the one, I've only got 4 that I've made so far. Then the other one is going to come right on the top. Now this 4th one, I'm going to be using this navy color to go around where the blue is, so I'm just going to change it a little bit there, but all the rest is your Caron Simply Soft. Is the turquoise, the orange, the yellow, the pink, and then the red. Once again, feel free to change your colors if you want to do whichever colors you like. It's really just a simple circle and then you square it off, and I haven't sewn my threads in yet, but that's why it looks a bit funny there. But yeah, so it's just really doing a simple circle with a square around it. Now for my last square that I'm putting right on the top that I'm going to do in this navy color, I'm using a size 5mm hook. So it's a 5mm hook with the Caron Simply Soft. And I'm trying to think what else can help you. Yeah, and then we're going to sew them together. We'll just sew our squares together and take it from there. So yeah, let me show you how to make this. Alright, so to start our square, we're going to start off by chaining 4 stitches. And the first 3 chain are going to count as my first double crochet, and then we're going to do another 11 in the very first chain that you had made. So you want 12 all together. So that's 1, 2, and you just keep going into this same chain, that very first one. That's 3, 4. Now what happens is it starts getting wider and wider. So often what I do is I bring this little tail and I go around the tail too. So I bring my tail to the back and I go put it this way, I go that way, and I just let the tail come, whoops, I'm double crochet, and I let the tail go that side, and it helps a bit. And it's not an issue because you just at the end you just pull it, you just pull this tight and then make sure you sew it in well. So that's all you do. So yeah, go ahead and make sure that you've got 12 double crochets in that very first chain, and I'll meet you at the end of that. So after the pink it's going to be orange, so just make sure that you have 12 stitches including this chain 3 that you did. So I've got 12. I'm going to go into the very first stitch, which will be the top of that chain 3, single crochet. So I'm going to go through the first one, and now because you're wanting to change your colors, you got to finish off this one with the new color, with the orange, because otherwise you're going to have a you'll see where you've changed it, and I'm trying not to, and I'm just pulling my little circle tight and I'm making these tighter. So just do that with all of them. On your last stitch you just go through half of it and then you come through that. Now what we're going to do is we're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and you're going to do a double crochet in this very same spot. Okay, so this is where it was. I'm just going to go in that same spot there, and I'm going to do a double crochet. And here you're doubling up, so you're doing a 2 double crochets in each stitch. So my next stitch will be right next to it here, and I'm just going to try to get through both loops here. There we go. It's just that first one is a little bit awkward. Okay, so we've gone through that first stitch, and then you're going to do another one in that same spot, so it's 2 in each stitch. Then in the next one you're going to do 2, and you should end up with 24 all the way. Once you've gone all the way around, you should end up with 24 stitches. So I'm going to go ahead and do mine and you can do yours. So just make sure that you've got 2 in each and you end up with 24 in each. Now if you're unsure, because you want 24 stitches at the end of all this, you want 24 stitches. Now that's actually the space that I went into, so that would be 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24. So mine works out well. So if you're unsure exactly where to go into, just count them, because you need 24 of your stitches. There's the next one and there's the next. So I'm going to do mine and I'll meet you back here. Right, so I've just gone all the way around. I have 24 single crochets and I'm going to go into the top of that third stitch, and I'm going to do the same thing, change my color. So you just go through once and then you finish off your stitch with your new color. Just the way I do it. You know, if you do it a different way, that's also fine. Now what we're doing, we're going to be doing 2 in one, 1 in the next, 2 in one, 1 in the next. So we'll do our first 1, 2, 3 double crochet, and then in the same space I'm going to do, so it's in my same space here, I'm going to do another one. So I've got my 2. Now the next one is just going to be 1. Now the nice thing would have been, and you can do it, is as you go, wrap your yarn around and go around your yarn, so you don't have to sew it in. So you work around your yarn like that. But what happened was I did that, and the one that I did it to was very thick. Yeah, my motif here became very thick, and you know, if you don't mind it that much, it's okay to do it. But I didn't like it. I'm rather going to sew mine in at the end, but feel free to do that if you want to. So anyway, so here you're going to have to end up with 24, no, we had 12, that was 24 stitches. Now we have to have 36 stitches. So you're going to do this round, and then you're going to end up with 36. So it's 2 in one, 1 in the next. And as I say, if you're unsure where you're going to end up, just count. Go in each of your stitches and count. If you put 2 in and 1, then you don't have to do the row and then undo it if it's wrong. You know, you can just feel free to count them. So yeah, you're going to go all the way around, and as I say, this round was 12, this was 24, and now this round you have to have 36. That's a 3 and a 6, 30. In America they say 36. So you want to make sure you have 36, and yeah, so I'm going to finish my row and then I'll meet you back at the end of this one. Alright, so I've gone all the way around and I've got 36 stitches, and I'm going to go into the top of this stitch and do what I've been doing all the way along, but with red. Start with my new color and go through that. Alright, so now with this one we're not doing double crochet. With this stitch you're going to do single crochet. So you're going to chain 1, and then you're going to go into each of these stitches and do a single crochet. So that would be 1 in your next stitch, 2, 3, 4, 5, and go all the way around with a single crochet, and I will meet you back over here. Alright, so we've gone all the way around and you've still got your 36 stitches. You just did the single crochet, and I'm going to go into the top of my red and I'm just going to slip stitch all the way across. Okay, so now what you're going to do, and you can, once, you know, mine's a bit uneven because of these threads that I haven't sewn in, you can sew it in and it'll finish off nicely. But anyway, now what you have to do is you're going to start going with your corners, and you want to try and make it into a square. So you're going to start off by doing 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One of these is going to be standing for your treble. Now with my treble I'm wrapping the yarn around twice. So you're going to wrap the yarn around your hook 2 times, and you're going to go into this very same stitch, and you're going to do your treble through 2, through 2, through 2. Then what you're going to do is you're going to do a double crochet in your very next stitch. So you'll do a double crochet and then a double crochet in the next stitch, and then you're going to do a half double crochet in the next, and then you're going to do a single crochet and a single crochet, and then you're reversing that. So now you're going to do a half a double and then 2 doubles, so 1 in one stitch, 1 in the next, and then we're going to do this corner again, and you're going to do a treble in there, chain 2, and then again in the same stitch. Okay, now it's in the same stitch again. So these treble ones are the only ones that go in the same stitch. The others are each in their own stitch. Okay, now once again you're going to do a double crochet, and these each have their own space. As I said, they're each in their own stitch except for your trebles here. Now it's a half a double, a single, and a single. So your corner, you've got a double, a half a double, single, single, half a double, and then a double, and a double, and now we've got our corner again. So twice around your hook in the next stitch, go through 2, go through 2, go through 2, chain 2, and then the same thing in the very same stitch. And this is what's giving us our square. And now we're going to do the same thing here, double. I'll do the whole thing with you. So it's a double, double in the next, whoops, half a double in the next, and then a single, half a double, a double, a double, and then we got a corner again. So twice around in the next stitch, go through 2, go through 2, go through 2, chain 2, twice around your hook in the same stitch, double, double, and then next stitch double crochet, half a double, and then it's single crochet, and then your half a double and 2 doubles. So you're just having to do it the one way and then you're reversing it the other way. Okay, and when I pull all these threads, this won't be so loose. Then you're going to go into the top of this. Now remember, this is standing for, you need 2 chains in between to separate them. So just come into this stitch over here. Okay, and we're going to just slip stitch through that. Okay, so now you're starting to see your little square. Alright, now we're going to do our next round. You stay where you are and you just do chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Now in this corner you're going to do a double crochet, chain 2, and 2 double crochets again in that same space. Double crochet and double crochet. Okay, now we've just made a corner. Now you want to go into this very first stitch. So I'll move that over and I'm going to go into this first stitch over here with a double crochet. All of these are double crochets now. 1 double crochet, 2, 3, 4. So you're going in each one. 5. The next one is 6. Whoops. 7. So it's 1 in each of these. 8, 9, and 10. That's got me to the next corner. So from this corner, so that's why I say you got to start in that very first one. You're going to do 10 double crochets across. Now we're back at this corner and you're going to do the same thing that you did there. You're going to do a double crochet, and this is in the same corner, chain 2, and then another double crochet and another double crochet in that same space. Whoops, in that same space. So now you can see you've got a corner there and 10 double crochets across and another corner. Now we're going to do another 10 across, corner, 10 across, corner, and 10 across. So go ahead and do that, and as I say, start with your first double crochet in here. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and I will meet you at the end of this round. Alright, so I've come to the end. I've got 9, and remember we started off with a chain 3 there. That is number 10. So you'd end up with 9 here, and then you'd go in the top of this one, because that becomes number 10, which we started our very row round off with. So that's what you should have now. Now this is where you have to decide which motif you're doing, because the ones that are going around the rim, the 4 that you need, the next row you're doing half a double, but the one that's going on the top we're going to do doubles. So I'm going to do it in the double crochet, but because this is the one that goes to the top of my hat, but for these ones it's half a double crochet. If you make this a double crochet, you're going to get a bigger square, and it's probably going to be too big for your head, so you don't want to do that. If this square is if altogether this ends up being too big around your head, then that you can do in a single crochet instead. I just wanted my square a little bit bigger. So you've got 3 choices. You're either going to do it in a single crochet across, what I'm showing you now, a half a double crochet, or in a double crochet. As I say, I did mine in half a double, and the top square I'm doing in double crochet, and that's just for the last round. So that's the only place where you need to be sure of what you're doing. So I'm going to show you with the double crochet, but as I say, with these ones it's half a double. So 4 of them have half a double, and the last one, which goes right on the top of your head, I'm doing in double crochet, but it's exactly the same thing, it's just a different stitch. So as long as you're aware of that change. So what we're going to do now is, right, so what you're going to do next is you're going to chain 3, and we're going to be doing 14 double crochets along here with 3 in the middle. Okay, so this is standing for number 1 of this row, and this will be well, I say number 2, it's not really number 2, it's going to be 13 and 14, because by the time I've got there, that's number 13 and 14. Anyway, so now in here you're going to do 3 double crochets. So 1, 2, 3. Now it's either going to be 3 double crochets or 3 half a double crochet. Okay, which depending which motif you're doing, which block you're doing, that's going to determine it. Now once again I'm pulling this aside, and in this one I'm going into the first stitch right over here. It's the one right over there, and I'm going to do 1, and I'm going all the way across 1 in each, and I should have 14. 1, 2, 3, 12, 13, and number 14 is right over here. Okay, and then once again you're going to do 3 in this corner. 1, 2, and 3. And then you're going to do the same thing around again. 1 in there and 1 in each, so you have 14. So go all the way around, and then that should be the end of this square, but I'll meet you back at the end of this. Alright, so I've come all the way around, and this is my 12th stitch, number 12, and then the first one that we did was 13, and there's number 14. So now I'm just going to go into the top of this stitch, and I'm going to just do a single crochet. Right, so to attach your squares, you're going to just stretch them out a bit because they might be a little uneven, but they'll sew on properly. Sew them inside out, so you're going to sew them this way, and you're going to sew them together. You're going to sew these 4 together, so all 4 together, and then you're going to sew this end one together there, so you're going to have a circle. So all that you do is you sew them, and just sew like you normally sew, you know, so sew all of these together, and then as I say, this last one will be attached to this side and to this side, and then you're going to sew this top one onto all of them. You see, you got 1, 2, 3, 4 sides, and you got 1, 2, 3, 4 sides. So it's going to go in the middle, and you're just going to sew each onto a side. So this one will be sewn on there, that one will be sewn on there, because remember this is going to be in a circle, and that's going to be sewn on there. So each side is going to get like that. So basically you're going to have it like this, and then these sides join onto each other and it goes into a circle. So I'm going to do that, and yeah, hopefully you understand the sewing part. It's not really too hard. As I say, just sew this into a circle, these 4 together, and then this one, you'll see once that's in a circle, you'll see you're just going to be joining each one. That one there, that one there, that one there, and that one there. And then I'll show you how we do the border. Alright, so when sewing, you're going to put your 2 right sides together. And what I'm doing is I'm going through both these stitches, coming into both stitches, because I don't want you to see where I've sewn it, and that's what it looks like on that side. If I only go through the back one, you'll have a little bit of a ridge there like that, which I don't want. So that's the way I'm sewing it, so whichever way you would prefer to, that's great. Okay, so I have sewn all 4 of mine together like that. Now all that you're going to do is join them together. Still keep it the wrong way around, and trying to see if I've got a piece of thread. Yeah, that might do it. Right, so now what you're going to do is you're just going to take these and join these together, and then you have your band for around the head. And then we're going to join this one in the center, 1 on each. So I'm going to do that, and then I'll show you what's next. Alright, so now I've got these 4 together. I'm going to keep it inside out, and I'm going to sew this one onto there. Now, so whichever side you choose, that's up to you. It doesn't really matter. Now make sure this one is also inside out. And all you're going to do now is you've got 4 sides. You're going to sew 1 side to each. And then where it's joined here, just put it together, so you can just put it together as best you can. Sew it together as best you can. That's going to be the top part of your hat. So I'm going to do that, and then we're going to look at doing a border. Right, so to do the border, I'm taking the navy that I used at the top, and I'm going to start in the middle of the square, in the middle, anywhere here. I'm just going to do a row of single crochet all the way around. So my first one's going to be chain 3, and I'm going to just single crochet in each stitch. Now if you don't want your hat to be this long, you could do single crochet or half a double if you find yours is a little longer than what you like. That's a nice thing with the stitches, is you can change to either single, half, or double, or even treble. But I think that the double crochet will be alright. Then on these corners, I'm just trying to get to where we joined them. I don't want a bunch of extra stitches, so I'm trying to, it depends on how, if you want to bring yours in a lot more, add on less stitches. If you want yours wider, put more on. But generally, I'm not going to say put on a specific amount. I'm just going to go into each stitch really. I don't want to add on any more, so I just went 1 there and then 1 here. So you can see they're pretty evenly spaced. So yeah, just really get 1 of each, because I didn't want to add this extra this. I just took the 1 there and the last one was there. And then over here, same thing, I'll come in over there, and I'll probably come in there. So yeah, just do that, go all the way around, and then I'll show you what the next step is. I just did 1 row of single crochet, and then 1 row of double crochet, not 1 whole round of double crochet. Now I'm just going to do single crochets. So I'm going to see how many single crochets I want on mine, maybe 3 rows. And then for the last row, I'm probably just going to do reverse single crochet, which is just going into the stitch. Well, not that one, but into this one, you go backwards. I have shown in one of my other videos. And you just go backwards. So just do a single crochet and go backwards into that stitch. So you go into this one, and you're just reversing your single crochet. And I'll probably end off like that. But whichever border you want to do will also work, and then it gives you that little pattern. So I'll see, I might just do single crochet. So you play with yours and whichever border you're happy with, but that's another way that you can end yours off. So yeah, so I hope you've enjoyed this video and that you watch me in my next one, and I'll see you in my next video. Thanks for joining me. Bye.